I'm Francois, and we're here today to show you guys how to do a balancing of your batteries. So this is, generally speaking, something that you do when you first get your batteries. We recommend doing it right off the bat when you do receive multiple batteries for your power tower system or for any other applications. These power tower modules, as I mentioned in one of our previous videos, are compatible with a wide variety of other systems, inverter systems, charging systems. So you may get these batteries and you might want to, you've installed them, great. Now the next step is really to get them balanced. You're getting optimal performance out of them right out of the gate. And today we're going to show you exactly how to do that.
So what we've got is a bank of 3 batteries, which is a pretty common installation for a home. We're going to show you how to balance these. So I'm not sure if this camera's going to catch it here, but we've got a battery that's at 53.1. We've got one that's at 53.3, and then we've got another one that's at 53.3. So it looks like we've got 2 really balanced batteries, so we try to get them to match exactly. And then we've got one that's out of line. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do a proper balancing, a top-end balancing on these.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is unplug and shut down. So I'll first shut down all the batteries and then unplug them from any device that you may have. So in this case, we're going to be using the power tower, our all-in-one off-grid hybrid backup system as our charging platform. And we're going to show you how to do this. So first things first, as I mentioned, turn everything off. And unplug everything except for one battery. So you'll see the leads here. You just follow those up. Go right into the bottom here of the power tower. And we recommend using either grid or generator to do these. It's just a lot more, just a lot quicker to do to charge these batteries off of the grid or the generator, just for this first go. And it's a little more predictable than using solar. So anyways, we're gonna do that. So once you've got that plugged in, you can go ahead and flick the switch on, and you'll notice that when these ship, they may be at 40, 50, 60% state of charge. We typically keep them all the same, but this doesn't mean that your state of charge is actually, so your percentage here is actually accurate. So what the batteries need to do is that first round, they need to be to find the lowest and the highest point, okay? And the way we do that is basically by taking them all the way to the maximum voltage point and the max, so that they're no longer accepting the charge. And then also you can take them down all the way to the bottom if you want to get really accurate. But the most important part is really doing that top end. So what we're going to do is we've got everything plugged in, we've got the system on just one of the batteries, so not all of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the power tower and get it charging. So we've gone ahead and plugged in the input from our generator here, or our grid in this case, into the power tower itself, and we've gone ahead and pressed the power button on the left here just to turn the system on. And so right now we don't have PV or anything like that attached. We've just got the generator, or the grid in this case, charging up the batteries. We've got it set to 20 amps here, I believe. So what you should see down the battery is anywhere from 15 to 20 amps of charging capability, which is exactly what we're seeing. And one thing I want you guys to notice here is that, I don't know if you can catch that in the light there, but you're getting a battery voltage of 53.9, yet the gauge says 100%. So you'd think at 100% it'd be finished charging. But in the case of this system, since it hasn't been fully calibrated yet, what you're gonna see is that it's gonna keep charging even though it says 100%. And that's exactly what you wanna do here. A lot of people see that 100% and they just go ahead and stop the whole process. But what you wanna do is you wanna keep it going all the way until it gets into basically where it shuts itself down because it's achieved full battery. Okay, that's one common mistake that we find. So I just want to show you guys here when we're approaching full voltage or full battery. So you'll see here that we've got this one battery hooked up, and we've got the charge rate set to 20 amps. I'm not sure you can see that right now, but it's down to 10 amps. So what you'll see is as the voltage goes up, your amperage will actually start decreasing. And then you'll hit something that we just hit right now, which is protection cell over voltage. So sometimes the inverter catches it first, sometimes the battery catches it first, and that just depends on what settings you've got in your specific load out there. But you really want to hit that protection / alarm, and that's when you know you're completely full, your SOC is actually at 100%, and you're good to go. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to shut off our charging system, so in this case the power tower, so we're just going to turn that on. And then we're going to turn off the battery. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to unplug these cables.
Okay, so we're gonna plug the main leads and we're gonna plug in the second battery. Once you've got that plugged in, then you're gonna go ahead and turn on this battery, turn on the power tower charging system again, and charge that one completely up. Okay, and you're gonna repeat that for as many batteries as you've got. So once you've got your system, all your batteries in your system charged up completely independently, then what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna let them all sit for a bit. And this can range from 2 to 3 hours at a minimum, all the way to 6, 7 hours. And what that does is you're gonna see all the voltage kind of sag to the same level. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that everything's disconnected, flick on all your batteries, turn them all on, check that voltage. They should be pretty much, if not the same, pretty much the same, but typically they're going to be identical in voltage if you all let them sit there for a bit. And then you're good to go. So what you'll do after that, turn them all back off, plug everything back in like you wanted to run the system install for the first time, and then turn all the batteries back on, turn your system, and you're good to go. Now this technique can be used for a variety of other batteries as well, not just ours. It's something that can be used with pretty much any lithium battery system. Just make sure that they're all completely balanced, which is really key. That way you're going to avoid performance issues, possible faults, just systems turning off before the others and stuff like that. So this will avoid any kind of fault. Really simple to do, great exercise to do right when you get your batteries. And you know, if you're finding maybe down the road you've got some issues like that, it's always good to do it once in a bit. If you're seeing that performance issue, they should correct themselves out and balance out over time. But if you are seeing an issue, that might be just an imbalance problem. So definitely something you can do quite easy yourself. And gets familiar with the system. Just make sure that when you're playing with electricity, everything's turned off when you're making any kind of change.